There's the cue ball going, oh, so close to the black.
For history.
Well, a lot of people wanted. So exciting, with the most exciting play.
The match with Higgins was an absolute battle.
Brilliant.
The last few years as tournament favourite, not this year.
Another good pot, and nicely on the black. Yeah, what that 7. Now, is he on anything? I don't think so. At first glance.
To the final. Jimmy and Alan, the way he's been preparing, he's done everything right.
Yes, Ronnie left him a chance to play the safety. He couldn't play that shot. Well, another mistake. How did he get the cue ball there?
It's not the worst position to be in. So much talk about O'Sullivan and the history.
Can't afford to miss when you're in, though.
The other thing, Joe, I always think when they bring that trophy out, which of course they do for the final.
Yeah, one player's got his name on it once.
Tournament, Trump is rated 82% on safety, O'Sullivan 78. On potting, O'Sullivan 94, Trump 89.
And didn't he play it well? He played it superbly. Well, it's always going to be somebody good, isn't it, in the final? So, but now this is an excellent chance to take this opening frame.
5.
At the Welsh Open, Trump was just 8 years of age of chances, and this is definitely one. They got him with the great plan. Pink was... They play 17 frames today, so someone... in town anyway. Got in with the plant, and it looks like
a confident shot.
Last time he was here, when he was concession against John Higgins, where it was like an X2011. Anyway, he's on the board. I
love these facts, David. Really a good shot to make the century. Trying to get him behind the red, just a little heavy. So, chance for Ronnie O'Sullivan at last in the Reds Open. Well, that's brought the black into play. And no, can he cue it? I think the main thing there is good pot again. What a mood he's in.
12.
Didn't work out unless...
20.
For not finishing the right side of the blue.
$45. 53.
Well, so far, starting to play. Thought so, the way he played it.
61.
Not this time.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And we still have a link, don't we, back 40 years since Alex Higgins.
The brown after it. That was the last red next to the pink.
1.
Had to pop.
1. 7.
As you say, the gentleman from Trump. Yeah, because he could miss the ball like he did. If it is replaced. And that's what he was trying to do the first time, and he could see it, reluctant. So
I thought Trump was good there, actually, because he could have just stayed out of it. Said, you sort of...
yeah, it is a good job, though. He asked Trump. And he's left one at the edge of the pack there.
One.
Well, that changes it.
Oh, that's opened things up. Yeah, good shot. Well, took the more
13.
difficult red. Needs to slow down. No. What's the damage? Did well. He did really well.
2 in frame 1.
straight red to the right corner. Oh, what a fancy way to get round to the reds.
$34.
And this low red.
$39.
Running into the other red.
$36.
But it's okay. Listen, we're greedy people at hurdles. And he's not quite...
B.
1.
Doesn't need the black.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 7.
Oh, that was good. And the brown. Very close. Now, the other no-no was leaving a free ball.
Foul.
And that was a really... Well, he's going to come back to the table. He's pushed it towards the corner. Well, they gave it.
Has been got already in the balance. Trump
More chance of that. It's not far away. Neither is the one.
just shaved the knuckle.
Will he get another chance? That cue ball needs to slow down.
3.
There, really good shot.
12.
Incredible, and Ronnie O'Sullivan gets the final underway again in a strong position already. 3-1. He's played really well. He's had a century, a 68, and then one.
And he's pushed her red towards that corner. Fourth frame. Needs to get back down to the blue. Lots of right hand side on the cue ball. It was difficult.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 18.
He's some way off, isn't he?
Which Mark Williams did and still took it to a final frame.
Thank you.
Just not happening for Trump at the moment. Savings. to the Reds. Containing safety. Played it well.
The World Final, every frame's important, but it does feel significant, this frame, in terms of Trump just trying to...
Shot. O'Sullivan. And this time it goes in. Doesn't want to finish up behind the black. He can.
But it's...
Good recovery. At the next red. No. Never easy.
Judd Trump, 13. 1.
Hasn't gone far enough.
8.
And he's on one.
Lord there, they weren't sure if he was on it, but
12.
he is, so...
19. 25.
Again, just knocks it in.
31.
Strange that. He now needs this red.
It's important not to get carried away. We've only... So Judd Trump gets the 6th of the 8 frames they will play here this afternoon underway. He's trailing 4-1.
Well, that safety shot went wrong. O'Sullivan not in the mood for missing.
1. Six.
With a cue ball. That's what makes things so easy.
14.
Stun. Well, and there's the answer.
22.
He's got all the knowledge.
26.
Next. And that's the secret.
32. 39. 47.
It was a poor safety from Trump.
$53. 60. 68.
Weren't open.
75. 83.
Century in the World Championship, that's including 3 made in qualifying.
91.
Makes one here, it'll be a personal best. The record is 16 centuries for a tour. The way O'Sullivan's going,
98.
though, he's going to break it in this match. He is fully on top.
What a shame.
105. Foul.
105 from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, that's more like it than that kiss. What did it? Comes back onto its spot, and the red is covering the black. So, played That was a good chance to get.
Heaviest ever defeat inflicted at this venue. That would have seemed unlikely, even with Davis's great record, to...
Pushed right to that right corner, but he's got a good kick. Comes out the kind of odds that you like, but look at that first.
9. 16. 23.
Usually from about the Masters in January, people are... Now, Judd Trump has won 2 titles, which little. But as I say, it doesn't matter if he comes good here.
44.
Looking for a good kiss. Stay on the black, but no need to play it.
51.
This won't be it, but he can still get...
Didn't want the kiss.
58.
And that's left him.
In goes the pink.
Yeah. That's a brave shot. That's a brave shot.
And this is the result of that. They're watching their son in the World Championship.
Yeah, he's took it so well, hasn't he? And put them to the final.
And they have paid their money, and they want to... With a big frame still to come this afternoon.
And finally, that 4th frame out of his mind.
90.
O'Sullivan's made today. These two are going to break. But maybe not.
97.
Oh, so close. But it was a great break. So the last frame of the first session of the 2022 World Snooker Championship final. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads Judd Trump.
Right in the middle of the pocket. He wants that cue ball. Great effort to split the reds. Yeah, great shot. Terrific shot. And look where he's put the cue ball.
Oh dear.
Well, that was visions of the Alex Higgins blue.
Just a sense here that
to create the path, but when it's close to the cushion like that, you can't do it. Yeah, that was the problem. Cue ball was going in.
1.
And that's how to get rid of frustration. What a pot. What a terrific pot.
$21.
well, what we've seen.
Will he get another chance? Hasn't worked out. We'll play the safety.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 41.
Yeah, he looked at the plant. It wasn't far away. Just didn't catch them thick.
Foul and a miss.
That was the danger, isn't it?
Miss.
Catching it too thick.
Judd Trump, 6.
He's got it. He needs that cue ball to come out of ball. It's a difficult clearance for sure with the black tap. Shot.
12.
Overdone it.
$19.
I think that's a more valuable.
To end proceedings.
And played it well. He played it well. So that's a free ball. No. It certainly does. Yeah, well played. Well played.
5.
Judd Trump, though, he showed no fear. He's not gone into... He needs the blue. Spin of high quality. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Trump, remember, leads the overall head-to-head. 13 wins to 12. But that was nearly a decade ago. 5-1, including 2 centuries, equaling Stephen Hendry's.
15.
It would be even better. And now pocket slightly.
It is 89. Currently down.
32-0 down in this one.
No. $17. $25.
More than a nudge. Long pot by so far. Being given a reprieve, and if he can do what...
40.
Hot frame ball, and in the end, of course, lost it on a respot.
55.
He needs 2 more reds, basically.
Knows he's let Trump off here, and it looks as though he's going to be punting himself for a 6-3 deficit. And he missed the red and scattered them and left O'Sullivan the chance.
More shop to do here. And he's not getting close to those long-range shots, but even then...
Trump's missed now.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Still one snooker needed for O'Sullivan.
Yes, because when he won the... you don't think about it.
Danger early on in O'Sullivan's favour, winning on the respot. Trump to win because it looked as though he'd done untold damage when he missed the red at the start of the frame.
So here's another one at Ray. Well, that was better. There was an improvement on the other two, and ultimately the frame is won.
Trump would have been looking for, and to win it, having even more of a boost.
9. $16.
High up the final.
Foul.
Who first?
Judd Trump 5. Thank you.
Oh dear. Well, that was seemingly fairly regulation, that yellow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The average frame time at the moment is 17.51, 17 minutes, 51 seconds, but of course that doesn't include the re-racks we've had.
Was there...
He established control of this final, having been 5-1 up.
1.
Many people regard him as 17-4 on one occasion.
16.
Frame.
24. 30. 40. 59.
And it should be 6-4. So he could do with this in. But frame is surely done.
1.
Which is perfect etiquette in this game. Shaun Murphy is famous for it.
$17.
Because we've got
25.
an odd number of frames in this.
28. 32. 37.
So the first two frames to one fold, not least because of the re-racks, but
43.
they've been split in getting to the final, but he's going to have to play his best, surely, if he's to get the better of Ronnie O'Sullivan over 35 frames. 2 centuries from O'Sullivan. Of course, Trump made 97. we'll be setting a new one with these two players, even though we've seen quite a bit of cake. Post final, and that's because Trump was so good. But Higgins was also very good.
No.
It could be missed. He has missed it.
One.
Trump, it could be compounded here if O'Sullivan can put something big together.
9.
He's been
15.
operating around that time, and there's been plenty of evidence of that as he's moved through the rounds pretty serenely. It must describe O'Sullivan as lethal,
23.
as he was a single shot, it feels, throughout this championship, and it's paying dividends at the moment.
29.
Trump has had the better of him in their more recent meetings.
35.
Yes, O'Sullivan won to Trump, 3 in a row in Northern Ireland, and of course he is bossing things.
43.
Played a good little.
Fifty-one.
And that's an authentic shot to play it in such a way that you...
Frame over for Trump.
57.
That was his 7-4. And just as moving away again, it seems.
65.
Final. O'Sullivan is doing what he...
71.
Number 3 of the final. Previous tally of 13 by making his 14th this afternoon.
79.
Come and win his second world title, then he's going to... At the moment.
O'Sullivan has lost a couple of frames that he might have won,
93.
but it's looking good again.
96.
Run by for the Raw.
He did construct it well early, he got the reds exactly where he wanted them, that's what...
Championship. More and more in control.
Now, top side. Oh, he ended up going into it completely.
On your side.
He's made it. He is such a good... Remarkable comeback from Mark Williams from 7 down to then to share this mini session.
Fifty.
The problem there was what happened there?
1.
Very aware that Trump is suffering a little bit at the moment. He's not playing as he can, pedal while he can, and build a big lead in this second session.
15. 21.
Yeah.
Hard.
20. 33.
He's getting a few chances, not loads, but
forward than the one in the previous frame, the thin cut along the rail. Snooker.
Trump needs to come out and have a good remaining sight.
At the interval, that is a handsome lead. Trump was able to fight back by winning 3 on the bounce then, and he's going to have to do something for the 15-minute or so break, because at the moment he's being outplayed in every department that he just can't afford to with Trump. With O'Sullivan, our championship, he's had his eyes on the prize, the record equaling form, and that focus in the early stages of this world final.
Didn't he, Alan McManus? He said that O'Sullivan is capable of the last 2 or 3.
All of that could change, of course, in what remains of the evening. 5 more frames to come.
I mean, no, it's not a... You feel like that, and Judd's got to do something this evening.
Yes, the one final that O'Sullivan lost in 20... Missed them all together there.
And it's obviously he's 4 frames down, but like I say, if they could just break now for the night...
1.
Just about wriggled it in.
9. Seventeen.
Well, that's a great shot to finish. Now he's protecting the middle bunch, though. Let's see what happens here.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 26.
Another mistake from Trump, who's only scored 30.
We know he did against Mark Williams, and get a bit of a hangover to that. And that's the World Championships for you.
O'Sullivan never seriously threatened in any round. Twice behind right at the beginning.
5.
We see. Next best.
Close to unassailable from this position that he's engineered for himself. 4 clear, 5 more to play. But in all other departments, O'Sullivan is in charge. Hot success of 90.
See more than an edge, but I watched it. It got very close to it.
It's not just the standard of his snooker that has stood out.
And the extra bit of pace
To get away from him. Immediately off his shot, very nearly. The red,
he gets in from like unlikely positions.
1.
You know, played
his championship turned on that missed black by Stuart Bingham in the quarterfinals
7.
when he was unlikely.
$40.
The lead for the first time to 5 frames.
21.
Which means truly commanding, if not unassailable.
beauty of any sport, but he really, another frame has gone here.
a while over it before he played it with pace to try and get position on the black,
35.
and then of course this frame winning break to tighten the screw.
42. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 40.
Didn't trouble the scorers in that frame, which means it's now
That to be very thin.
Foul on the miss.
There's played one. It's nearly 27 minutes into the last one, but the nudge means it might only be one.
Judd Trump, 1.
They're all over the place here. I was thinking it was possibly the one way.
Yeah, that always feels rather more one-sided than that, doesn't it, in terms of table time?
1.
Bottom bed of the bunch, you can get on into the right corner here. It's a natural.
Five.
7 in the final alone when he beat John Higgins. Right. Lower than it would normally be.
21.
People up and down the table. I had a bad feeling about that shot. Just got a glimpse of the way that Judd is feeling in his chair on that previous red that Ronnie potted. You know, he had, it was head in hand.
Again, it's gone wrong.
Nine.
Just putting in all these frames at this moment, we did say I kind of think that the latter could happen. Don't worry about your own game. And that's a nice shot, really nice, played with screw and left down.
3 clear.
25.
And that's if Trump wins the... O'Sullivan just continuing to be... So he's showing patience when
33.
things don't quite go to... or not. It's his opponents who've been
49.
frayed at the edges.
Well, the lead is 35, but that would be...
Put Judd Trump in trouble again. He went for the long red, missed it, and caught one on the way runner for O'Sullivan. And here's another frame-winning break. He at the Crucible during his run of 6 World
62.
Championships. He's built momentum, and there's nothing at the moment that Trump seems to be able to do to stem
65.
the tide. 2019 winner.
73
frames to come in the set. Otherwise he's going to have a seismic task on his hands. He's completely on top. I guess Trump has got to take some inspiration from Mark Williams, who of course was...
John Higgins against Mark Selby. Mark Selby being the sort of warrior that he is, if you like, the hard-working player.
In that time, Ronnie O'Sullivan have made breaks of 50, 66, 118.
A good safety shot there. Right now that should Judd win frames, he's going to have to be left to something.
He has had chances. Miss.
Nine.
Sure. Straight on this black, quite where he played to finish. Hit that one well.
23.
It must be into the corner, looking at that. No, found a way up the table as well.
39.
So vital now, having played that. Still emerge from this second session in reasonable shape. If he can win this one, and the last two, only 3 behind, given a lot to do tomorrow when he'll hope he can play a lot better than he has so far. But first things first, win this frame.
Oh, a little bit, but it's worked out well. Just down the remaining, will go down by 8 points.
59.
Whole evening of snooker. We're up 6. Here's he's now going to do so.
Frame. He knows the frame, of course, long since won. Whenever